Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope everyone's doing okay, and we just welcome you here to the Cater to You show. Of course, you know that this show brings relaxation, it just brings reality, and how about some releasing straight to you? So I just want to wish all the moms, first of all, happy Mother's Day. I have some mothers on the set today. Just for you being a wonderful person as you are. I know without my mom, I definitely wouldn't be here. So happy Mother's Day for you mothers around the world on tomorrow, okay? But guess what? Today we have a hot topic for you. We're going to talk about war zone. Does anybody know what we're talking about when we talk about war? Yeah, I'm talking to you, straight to you, because if you're like me, sometimes we just go through challenges. We go through fights. We go through issues, and sometimes we're about to lose our minds behind all of this. But guess what? We're going to try to give you some help today on how to handle that challenge or how to handle that difficulty, how to handle that fight or war that you're in today. So with all of that said, I like to jump right into the topic, get right where we want to be today, because I feel that there's someone in need of this today. So I have two real ladies on the show with me today. These are my peeps, okay? How about these are my first cousins? So when I talk about these things, I like to bring some family members in with me, who want to help and who just love God enough and love his children enough that want to give some help to his people and some answers to his people. So we're going to try to dissect this thing, war zone, today, and go over a few questions, and I just want y'all to sit in somebody's lap today and just be real, okay? Yes. So a few questions, and then we'll top it off, because y'all know about that story, Jehoshaphat, in 2 Chronicles 20, right? Yes. How about that was a big battle? But we'll get into that in a minute. We'll get into that in a minute, okay? Very big. But first of all, let's open up and let's discuss what this war thing is about. Somebody, Cookie, I just call you Cookie. Your name is Tawana, but I'm gonna call you Cookie today because you said it right. But what is a battle? What is a fight to you? What does that mean?
A battle, a fight to me is a conflict or a struggle between people.
Okay, okay.
Just simple as a struggle.
Okay, struggle. And we building something here. That's why I'm going with this. What's a fight to you, Amber?
A fight to me is an issue or something that is attempting to overtake me, that I don't really feel that I have the capacity or I really don't have the strength to overcome it or get through it.
Wow, it's trying to overtake you.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how do y'all, when these battles come up against you, why do you think most people go through these challenges or go through these struggles or being overtaken? Yes. Why you feel that?
I think we oftentimes try to handle our own battles. We try to fight our own wars, and we try to put ourselves on the front line when maybe we aren't really even ready. We're not prepared. We're not suited up to deal with the issues that we face on a regular basis.
Wow. What you think about that?
And I think we go through them as Amber was saying, we try to deal with and handle things on our own. Because we haven't quite yet, as the Lord said, he wants control of everything. Everything we go through, whether it's small or whether it's big. Yeah. And some things we give to him, some things we try to hold on to. Yeah. So I think when we do go through those things that we try to hold on to, thinking that we got this. Yeah. That, we can handle this. Wow. So therefore, sometimes some things come, and that's just too much for us. As Amber said, they overtake us. They overpower us.
Wow. Well, and could it be that sometimes, we go through these struggles or these battles because God might be trying to teach or train us something?
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Well. Yes. Sometimes we want to have our hands on some things. Yes. And only way, because I know I'm just like one of his stepkids, okay? Sometimes he has to, kind of like, stop that, So I got to let you go through some of this roughness. Okay? So you'll recognize you ain't in control of nothing. Exactly. It's only one God. Yes. You don't, I don't know, you don't do what, I say. Yes. I tell you what to do, So sometimes we have to get that role reversed. So sometimes he's trying to teach or train us something, but it's all good in the end.
Yes.
To see that.
Yes. Yeah. But why are you going through?
Exactly. So y'all tell me, are you going through any battles right now? What's your battle, Cookie? What's your battle?
My battle, honestly, it was, and I can say it was because it was a struggle and a battle for me with losing my husband.
Okay.
And but I'm at the point now, thank God, that wow, even on today, it's better than what it was. Yeah. Because it was the fact that you always hear about, and people say God makes no mistakes.
Right.
Right. He do all things well, all things good. Yeah. And I know this, being raised up in church, I know this. Studying for myself and having a personal relationship with God, I know this.
Yeah.
But when my husband passed away, none of that was right there.
Yeah.
None of that, just kind of kicked in right there because I didn't understand. And I feel like, why now? Why am I supposed to be going through this? I'm not supposed to be going through this right now. Yeah. But just like you said, things come. And God take us through some things to let us know that he's still here.
Wow.
But so that was a struggle for me, getting up every morning and staying in the bed and, behind the closed doors and saying that I'm okay, until my family got together and they just said, Cookie, enough is enough. It's enough. So I understand how people can fall into a deep depression and don't want to eat, don't want to fool with people, don't want to work, don't want to do anything, But I guess just having a praying family, people that loves you, pray for you, your church family, some of your friends and everything. So that was my struggle. That was my struggle. That was my battle of just really letting go.
Wow.
Letting it all go.
Wow.
And not trying to hold on to some things. And I know this is a stepping stone for something else that God has.
Yeah.
Cannot see it? Not at all. Yeah. Can I feel it sometime or understand? No. Do I try to figure it out? Of course I do.
Absolutely.
But the thing is, he just said, trust me. He said, trust me. You say you trust me for everything. Yeah. I just said small or big. Yes. And I thought this was the big one here. Wow. But when he said, trust me. So I'm at a point in my life now to where whatever he tells me to do, I'm going to do just that. Because I believe in him, and I know he didn't bring me this far to leave me nor to let me down.
That's good. That's good. What about you, Amber? What's your struggle? What's your challenge?
I think my struggle now, and just from hearing from some of my other girlfriends, my war, my battle is myself. There's so many things that I want to do in my life, so many things that I know that God is calling me to, but oftentimes we get in our own way and we try to make the way for ourselves. And so, yes, we are all called for a purpose. God has a strategic plan set for each and every one of us, but it's not our job to make that plan happen. And so if I can just get out of my own way and let God really do what he needs to do, then I'll be able to see the abundant life that he has for me. I can help those who I'm called to help, and it won't be stressful. I won't be overwhelmed. I won't be over or underworked, but it'll be just right if I can just move out of his way, move out of my own way, and let him fight this battle for me.
Wow. See, y'all touching on some stuff today. You saying, God say, just trust me.
Yes.
Just trust me. Don't trust man. Don't trust your money. Don't trust bank accounts. Don't trust people. Trust me, even though you don't see what I'm doing in the battle. But just trust that I got a plan for you. According to Jeremiah 29:11. We already know that, right? And you saying your struggle is for you just to get out of your own way. Because sometimes we blocking stuff.
We are. Yes,
we're trying to be God, in a sense.
Yes.
I know more than you do, God.
Exactly.
So let me handle this for you. But think about it. Sometimes he'll like take his hands off and say, okay, well, if you want to do this thing, and then we be looking jacked up.
We want to run back.
Exactly. So we're learning some good stuff here that God has the perfect plan for us, but we have to go through sometimes.
We do.
But guess what? It ain't over till he says it's over.
No,
That's the blessing.
So how do y'all handle these struggles, these battles? What do you do to solve that issue?
One thing that I have done, I think, as women, we take on so much. We put so much on our plate. But is something that the Bible even speaks of called rest. Something that I love that you bring to not just men, but to women's attention as well. But we sometimes have to take our hands off and just rest. Rest and just stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. And so once we just allow him to do him, he's never made a mistake. He's not going to start making a mistake now with your situation. And so we can we've got to make sure we're praying and stay in tune and have a good communication with God so that we can stay in our lane and we can let him do what he does.
I love that. I love that. What about you, Tawana?
As Amber said, the resting part, that's kind of hard to do sometimes when you're so used of doing everything. And it's hard to rest, but I feel like it's just like a car with gas. And after a while, you can only go so far and you can only go so long. Even when the little lights come on and start dinging, and you already know that you need some gas, But then we try to make it, we try to push that little extra step, But then after a while, when we do pull in, which is to the church, it's to the
Yeah.
gas station, to get fueled up. And when you pop that top, it say, shh. That's just about how we are.
Yeah.
So the resting is good for us. And then just to have some peace. It's nothing like the peace of God and the peace of having his peace of knowing that it's okay. And like Amber said, the only way you can have that is when you have that relationship with him. And you know, not that you won't go through anything, not saying that at all, some real stuff, some real issues and real struggles, but it's just knowing when you have that relationship with him that you can, he will give you rest and he'll give you that peace for whatever it is, no matter the situation, what you're going through.
Wow, wow, wow. So we're touching on this, and we're getting ready to get into that story because in 2 Chronicles 20, you know, focusing in on verse number 15. And we'll hone in from verse 15 to 27. But y'all remember King Jehoshaphat, you know, he had this big battle that was going for him. But let me back up to what he was doing in chapter 19. See, he was working for the Lord, trying to get the land reformed, putting judges in place, you know, to oversee, putting Levites, people, teachers, people in place, you know, to be of God, so that the land could be decent and in order the way God wanted it to. So he was working for God, you know, on his job for the Lord. But how about, you know, sometimes when we're doing this thing for God, that's when the enemy is mad.
Yes,
Okay, so not some fresh demon came out. These were some folks from the past. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sure he quite forgot about, you know, I'm just using my spiritual imagination. He wasn't even thinking about them, you know. Yeah, probably, that was long ago. They still enemies, but I'm not thinking about you today. You about to roll up on me now. You understand what I'm saying?
Now.
So that's what happened. He was doing this thing for God. And out of nowhere, who comes, you know, but the Moabites and, you know, Ammonites, all of them coming up against him. And he's trying to figure out what is going on in this place. And he had some questions for God. Is this not the place that you gave us? And you told us don't even bother these enemies. You understand? You wouldn't even let us touch them. But you're going to allow them to come on the turf that you gave us. And we can't even say anything. I thought this was your place for us, God. Me and the people here. So how would you even allow them to come? And then you said don't even bother. He said, I'm puzzled about that thing. But what got me about that, because those are some real things that people are really dealing with. You understand what I'm saying? Because, to be honest, we're saying, God, you know, we come to church, we pray, we love you, we try not to cuss nobody out no more. You understand what I'm saying? We're trying to do this thing for you, Father, and you would allow all these issues to come up on me so we can feel how he was feeling. You understand? But this is what I love what he said, you know, and when y'all, you know, get home, you read on 2 Chronicles, the full chapter. But it's in there. And when he said, I don't know what to do with this great multitude that's done come up on me. He said, but my eyes are on you. That gets me every time. Because somebody is saying, I don't even know what to do. I'm in such a mess. The turmoil is so great. The challenge is about to just ruin my life. I might be wanting to put a gun to my head today. I might want to, you know, take all these sleeping pills. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody's husband is cheating on them. You understand what I'm talking about? They cannot take it. Somebody is going through today. And they love the Lord. They know him. But they're trying to figure out how you going to let somebody, how you going to let all this happen and you say you love me? But something in them is saying like Jehoshaphat. My back is pressed up against the wall. I don't even know what to do. But how about this, God? My eyes are on you. You're going to have to do something. Or I'm about to lose my mind. Okay? Either you're going to do something or I'm going to handle something on my own. And I know you don't want me to do that because I can bring some old tricks out of the bag. Y'all familiar? So y'all feel Jehoshaphat?
Yes,
you know?
definitely.
But, and then y'all jump in, y'all chime in at any time, because right here, how he handled the battle is in verse number 15. Y'all see that? And he said, hearken ye all Judah and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, and now King Jehoshaphat, thus said the Lord unto you, be not afraid or dismayed by this great multitude. The prophet was saying this. Guess what he said? Because this battle is not even yours. It belongs to the Lord.
Don't worry.
Don't y'all think that's some good news for somebody? It's a fight you're going through. And a lot of times he wants us to handle the fight his way.
His way.
But how about y'all said this one? The Lord gonna fight for you.
Look,
Y'all talk to me about that. What y'all think? What are y'all thinking about that part right there?
Oftentimes it's when we read the scripture, the word is just so right that it seems so easy to do, to just turn everything over to God. If he's just clearly saying, it's not even yours, Amber. It's not yours. You can't be everything to everybody. Just give it to me. That sounds good. We can shout about that in church. We can tell other people, you know what, the battle is not yours, it's the Lord's. But when it comes to us reading it for ourselves, it's about applying it. That's when the stress and, the weight and the disappointment, the discouragement, the suicidal thoughts, that stuff can all end once we really say, you know what, God, it is yours. I'm going to leave it alone.
Just take your hands off it.
Just leave it alone.
And sometimes, as Amber was saying, it's hard to do. And that's just real talk. It's hard to do. And like you said, we know. Go to church. We know. We hear it. We know the steps. We know what we're supposed to do. But sometimes, like Jehoshaphat, you know, sometimes you can feel that way. Okay, Lord, look at here. If you don't handle this one for me, I promise you, look here, I don't know. And, you know, you have people and you know people, and even in your life, you have people that just say, you know what, I just want to end it all. And if I end it all, I won't have to go through it. I get tired of the people picking at you. Get tired of the people talking about you. Get tired of this. You get tired of that. And I go to church. God, I trust you. I walk upright. I do exactly what you tell me to do. But yet and still, why have this right here been allowed? And I know that's what he was saying. Why is this being allowed? And that's just real talk, what some things that we go through in our lives when our backs are up against the wall. What do we do? What do we do?
That's good. That is good.
And some people are struggling like that. As you say, in church.
That's right.
Know the word. Probably teach the word.
Exactly.
Okay? And is faced with some real life serious issues. Or know people that's facing or going through, even in the family, that could be going through and facing this. What do you say? As Amber said, we could tell them. But when it comes to us handling the same things, so that's real. That's real.
And what we're going to do